Hey guys, welcome to another video from Bushcraft and Wild Edibles. My name is Mark, thanks for joining me. And today I'm going to show you how we make our paraffin wax Tinder nuggets. So stick around and we'll show you how we do it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. So today I'm going to make the paraffin tinder one, or nugget, however you want to say it. It looks like this. We made these a while back ago, and the ingredients are pretty simple. Most of them are a household item. You have dryer lint, you have junk mail or newspaper, whatever you guys have, and it's we have a shredder, so we shredded it. And then you can use, this is cedar, I'm going to try cedar this time. You can put cedar in there. I have yellow birch, or of course we have chunks of white birch. Any one of these will make a very good bundle. So the first thing that we need to do, and of course you need an egg carton and the wax. So the total cost for this is $3.99, and you can make 12. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take this, I want to break up the lint. And you just want to mix all this stuff together really good. Dusty. Way too much. Then I'm going to take some paper and then some cedar. And all you want to do with the cedar is just feather it like you would out in the woods. And then I'm just trying to break it up and make it really nice in small pieces as much as I can. And I want to get the fibers going. Some of the other tinders that you could use, also use if you didn't have these ingredients. Another one would be a cattail. Top of the cattail you could use. You could actually use the cedar bark itself. If you take your hand and you rub it on the cedar tree, you can use that. Dusty. Okay, so now that I got it mixed up really good in the bowl, I'm just going to take it and put it in each one of these. And as you can see how it lays out, as each little piece of the ingredients are sticking out. Catch. Now we got to go over to the stove and we got to melt our paraffin wax. And then once we do that, we'll pour that in here. And then we'll let it dry. And the finished product will be this. So let's go and melt some paraffin wax. Okay guys, so we're gonna turn this up to about between 2 and 3. And then you stick your wax in here. And you melt your wax. As you can see, it's slowly starting to melt. You're going to want to get this just hot enough that it melts, but you don't want to get too hot that it actually starts to smoke the wax. So it takes a little bit of time. So I'll bring you back after we get done melting this, and I'll show you how I pour it in there, and then we'll light one up and we'll show you how they light. Okay guys, so now we're going to take our wax and finish the pour. And I want to make these so they're saturated all the way through the egg carton, so you'll actually see it on the egg carton. And it's going to roughly end up to be the whole box, which is a pound of wax. Just make sure that you get it nice and saturated all the way through, because this is actually going to be your binder to keep your tinder in place so it doesn't fall apart. And of course, once we're finished here, we'll cut out each individual section, so you're not going to have it all in one like this. If you have any extra wax, you can let it cool down and then stick it in the freezer and it'll come right back out, and then you can remelt it again next time. Alright, so they look pretty good. So now we're going to sit there and we'll let them harden. And then all I do is I'll cut these out. As you can see, this looks, if you can imagine, you cut these out as crossways and cut them this way, and this is what you're going to end up with. It's going to take a while for this to harden up and let it set, so this will be for my next time. I do have a bag full that I did before, and this is what they'll look like when they're finished and all said and done. So let's go light this and see how long it takes and how long of a burn it's got. So I'm going to cheat because it's in the house and I can't get I know it'll take to a spark, we've done it before. But now we're going to watch the time here. It's 10:38, so you guys can see the actual burn time. And I'm going to turn the fan on low so it's going to get a little bit loud in here. But you can see how nice of a flame you have. It's more than enough for getting the fire started. You got a nice big flame, nice and hot. You got your blues in there. One for the year, I would do just a dozen of them, and if you're going to go through that, do it again afterwards. But they, as you can see, really nice flame on them, very easy to catch that wood on fire, and we'll see how long she burns. I'm thinking them are almost between 6 to 8 inch flames, so that should be really nice for the actual tinder you're trying to start. Your little pencil sized sticks, that should catch them really well. And if all you have is hardwood, do a nice feather. You'll get to the core of the wood where it's dry. That should have no problem starting that either. What's nice about this is totally besides the paraffin wax, this is stuff that you have right at home. You didn't have to go out and buy anything else. It really works well. Into it. Lint did die down some. There's 12 minutes right there and it's still going. You fluff this up a little bit, I think you'll even get a little bit more burn time out of it if you have to. I don't even think it costs all of it yet. This would make a good part of the arsenal. And in emergency situations, when we're wet, we're cold, we need a fire now. There's a good chance you can get it going with one of these. Alright guys, the last step, now that your block here is nice and cool, and ours is still a little bit warm, but you want to come in and snip down each one of these sides like this. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Make sure that yours is nice and solid and not wet. It'll make it a lot easier. And that's what you're going to end up with. See, the wax is still a little bit damp good. So I'll let that block dry. So that's how easy it is to make them. Alright guys, so we're going to try this. These are the ones we just made. So a little bit of effort with the fire steel, you can get it going. It is a lot better with a lighter, but it'll burn and you can catch it. Alright guys, with a little bit of persistence, you can use a fire steel or you can use a lighter and get them going.